So the Sandman trailer's out, and I just can't shake my disappointment with the casting of Death. Hold on a minute. It isn't going to be what you think. It isn't going to be just banging on about another race-swapped character in comic here. I need to, and hopefully discuss with you lot, and see what you think about why I'm still disappointed. I'm not hating on the actress. I'm not hating on the show. I want to go through it. And I think I've just worked out why fundamentally I'm just disappointed. That's the only word I can use. I'm not hating. I'm not even angry. I'm kind of just sad and disappointed. So, if you want a different take on it, like I say, it isn't going to be the old rants. There's a million of them. There's a million of them about race swap. This isn't when I chat with you about race swapping characters and yeah. It kind of is, but it won't be. So, haha, have I intrigued you to join me? Hola, everyone. So, what is my problem with the casting of Death? Not all the other casting. From the trailer and a few featurettes that have been released, gotta say it's not looking too bad for normies to watch this. It's not like Marvel and the Warner Brothers with the DCEU, whatever they call it, where there's worldwide recognition in all their branding, whether it's Batman, Superman, Spider-Man, all the mans. Well, and if it's MCU, all the woe-mans. But worldwide recognition. With Sandman, they could go a different way. They could have gone the horror route. I don't know whether it looks like this. It looks like that from the trailer. It's not exactly Midnight Mass, is it? Gwendolyn Christie, as I don't know if you've seen the featurettes, as the devil, Satan, whatever you want to call it. Gaiman said, "Oh, it could be a woman, it could be a man. It's androgynous." Well, I agree with him, but she looks like a woman. Wasn't androgyny supposed to be indeterminate? Gwendolyn, I'm sorry, but in the featurette I saw, she looks like a woman playing the devil. So, all that aside, these are only featurettes and all this. Neil Gaiman, obviously world-class writer, and I'm pretty sure, I haven't done deep research into the show, and I am mildly looking forward to it, because I'm not the biggest Neil Gaiman fan. He done a little run on Eternals, just briefly. He done a little run on Eternals that I really did enjoy. Stardust back in the day, that film with Charlie Cox. Hey, all the comic reference, all the comic links. Back in, I don't know when that was, not late 90s, early 2000s. Maybe I should have got the date and wrote it down, but I just thought of that. He's done, when Sandman come out, let's get back on track. So when Sandman comes out, I'm not really, it was all right. Hellblazer, I think Hellblazer was at the time as well, and it went over the Sandman come out, and then Vertigo, the imprint, the adult reader's imprint, which Sandman did belong in, but before it was just a DC comic. I was getting it, and it was all right. It's one of those things where as soon as Death turned up, it was, for me, and I think for a lot of other people, otherwise she wouldn't have had the impact on the wider kind of cultural collectible, had a couple of mini-series, but it was good. It was like the Boba Fett effect, where you didn't know everything about her, and they didn't shove it up our arses like Boba Fett back in the day. It was intriguing. What was his background? What was their origin? And I know, obviously, with Neil Gaiman, it wasn't the same shtick, but they didn't overdo Death. But she was an extreme, and I know this because I had the comic shops at the time, extremely popular. And they started doing, more or less from her first, no, not from her first appearance, more or less from when Vertigo got going, and I suppose was monetising it and blah, 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 the whole imprint and all of it. You know, you started getting statues come out, and I think there's little action figure, but posters and stuff. But the main thing about it was, for me, which I really enjoyed, and I know this is kind of Neil Gaiman shtick with a little bit of whimsy and he's a clever guy. Listen, I'm not his biggest fan, but I can't sit here and say, oh, he just writes a load of old shit and oh, now they're going to ruin one of you. No, this isn't. I will get to it, which I've already said. Why I've done this video, I am disappointed. So, but this character was great. Part of the greatness of the character, I am going to say it was the image. You know, why even Gaiman. There's a quote from Gaiman from years ago saying about the films, like you wouldn't want to see a Batman in a yellow suit or something like that. It's some quote he made. Then the casting comes out, and oh my God, didn't they just make a big splash of that with everyone's pronouns and how, you know, imagine interviewing the cast and when it comes out, you imagine interviewing again. Cool. What do I call the next one if I don't want to insult them and end up on Twatbook being accosted by trolls? To be fair, that is so irrelevant, and making all this marketing march, that part of that in it, I do think is ridiculous. Sorry, I'm a geekyOlhog. I do try, and I was nearly gonna do it, and I like to respect everyone. What do I say? The actor playing Desire? Am I allowed to say that? I know what to say now. They look good, and they do. So, and that is, it kind of suits that kind of shtick if you're in that the world of the endless and all that. It really does. Gaiman's saying about, because obviously there's been a lot of pushback from all the usual corners of the Twatbook verse about, oh my God, the race swap and I must admit, like I just said, I do find it a bit trivial. If you're going to make this central to how you market and talk about, it's bollocks, really. It's bollocks. If it's designed to get people talking, they have. Perhaps it's modern marketing, I don't know. But I do find it a bit unnecessary to know what I need to call the actor who played a character in a film I might just watch on Netflix once and then get on with my life. Just move on with my life and watch the next film or TV series or click over to another streaming service. Just normal people, which I assume that Netflix want to get the biggest, widest audience of, really don't give two monkeys about the actor who played any of these characters. The one I cared about and the one I got excited about, I can't help it. I still get excited when they release like I say, and a friend of mine went to audition for Sandman when they was filming. Oh, I want to get into acting, la la. And I was banging on to him about death. I went, oh, that's a standout character. I can't wait to get there. And I'm not going to slate the actress. And the featurette that I've watched, and I keep mentioning featurettes, she looks like a decent actress, and I'm literally not here. And it might be a good performance. But deep down inside of me, it just worked in the comics, having the little white petite goth girl. I'm sorry, it just did. The juxtaposition that Gaiman had with the goth, and it still works today, because what are goth girls? What is their perceived image? Moody, hate the world. But she was this bouncy little thing. You know, that is Gaiman's thing, to kind of, the pushback he's going with all the pushback against the casting. I don't quite understand why he did get a bit angry, but why do it with that particular character? Why do it? He must know how beloved it is, and you would have the a bare base of an audience, whether they decided who cares. But surely it could have been anyone else, because what benefit is there? And I know Gaiman has gone on, I was going to say gone on endlessly then. See what I did there? Anyway, that's a little in-joke for the real kind of... Anyway, he has really tackled it head on, but nothing he has said has really convinced me that he hasn't done this. Maybe because he's in that kind of rarefied air of he just doesn't have a clue what's going on anymore in the real world, and he's got loads of people around him going, oh my gosh, Neil, you know, pronouns, and oh, you know, let's subvert expectations. You haven't been doing that in your books for 30 years, have you? But perhaps he's believing his own hype now, I don't know. There he's knocking on. Now, so it got me thinking about the whole race swap thing, and why am I not this angry, and why isn't this video about, this is another race swap character, and I'll give you a big list of all the race swap characters I hate and they want to do a black, which most of it is also shit, and it's made me either angry or apathetic. When they do the Black Superman film, not interested, I'm sorry, I'm not. But when they did Blade, I was properly interested. 1998, Blade. And this is how my thinking is. Like, why, Roy? Like, why is it that important, mate? Like, you know, just go and live your life. But I do love all this shit. I do. And sometimes, you know, little slings and chops, they do hurt. And this one has hurt. But in 1998, if Bruce Willis was playing Blade, and the only thing the world knew is that this is an action film about a daywalker. That's all they knew. Me, I knew the comic, where he started, what colour the character was, and how it was. Now, I would have just thought, oh, why? But they just did it, didn't they? Oh, the character's black, here we go. And I think that was Goya as well. Goya's involved with this. Another little link. Look at me tonight. Couldn't have had my usual. Where's my vodka? Anyway, that's when it gets disappointing on the comic book geek level, I suppose. So maybe I should shut up. Really, well, no, that's why I've done this channel, so I didn't have to. Commissioner Gordon, or whatever he's in the last Batman film. Oh my God, he's black. I didn't give a rat's arse. Great actor. Like, I'm sure Figgy Bob is going to be in Sandman. I'm sure she's. This does look like a top-notch production. The imagery, I've got to say, most of it's really good. Most of it, I'm thinking, oh, and I hope all the normies love it. To be fair, because we can't say Gaiman, and I think Gaiman's been involved pretty well. And I know I'm kind of veering off into a bit of a rant, but I'm just trying to get to the bottom of this. I was so tempted to say Black Death. Was that going to be funny? I don't know. Let's see if I can edit that out to get the video released. But he's pushed back on the casting. Listen, race doesn't bother me. When it fits, if it fits, doesn't it? And 9 times out of 10 it doesn't. Even more than that, 99% of the time. But this seems like such a glaringly obvious, oh my God, it's a white man's story, and Sandman's extra white, so, you know, we've got to have the next most popular character. Oh my God, we can't have 2 white ones, can we? Oh, they're both goths, oh, it won't sell. Oh, come on. Surely are we not beyond that? Because I think that's fundamentally what it's gone back to. Behind the scenes, I just wish maybe Gaiman had come out up front of it all and said, look guys, I know, but we had to do something to get this released. Why he has to, I don't know. Going back to Gaiman again, ain't he got enough dough? what he thinks the world wants a Sandman TV series, like they wanted the film in the late 90s and all that. And he said, no, I'd rather not have love him for that. He said, rather not have a Sandman film than a bad one. He said it's the worst script he's ever seen, I seem to remember. So I think my kind of answer to the question why I'm so disappointed is I do sincerely believe it is so unnecessary beyond just it being part of the kind of alphabet marketing that some whiz has thought of. You know, we can do anything with these characters, man. Which, yeah, you really can with a bit of imagination. Like, and the Boyd Holbrook, the bits I've seen him in with the, good actor. They're all good actors in it. You know, I don't know if I've seen the woman playing Death, but I'm pretty sure they were. Gwendolyn, I don't know about her, but I'm going to watch it. But why? I don't agree. I do not agree with that race-swapped character for those reasons. I know maybe I've rambled a little bit, but I've got this. I've had this for years. The absolute Death. And I'm going to see if I can get some good pictures from this to edit into this, which highlights how it just works. Like I'm just leafing through it now. I should have just had some pages. The posters the artist used to do, and the backstory to the invention of the look of the character. Doesn't it just suit the image of a grumpy teen being, you know, that's where it came in. You could literally apply some of the artists who've done some, you know, some grim. I mean, Chris Bachalo did either The High Cost of Living or whatever it is. Sorry, I'm being really leafing through that. The artists that they had on it were superhero-y artists. For want of a I've got to find a better description. Not superhero. They were just classic. Not pretty, but in a way it was. They were lovely and traditional. The Bachalo stuff. One of my favourite comic book artists, but he'd done that traditional kind of grid, the panels. But talking with Gaiman's story in there, I get it. I think we all got it. But now why do this? It just, again, I'm going to say, and I think the only answer I've got is unnecessary. Unnecessary. Why just her? You know, androgynous Gwendolyn. She's an androgynous. She looks like a big, tall woman with wings on compared to how they did that demon in Midnight Mass. And that's the first thing I thought of when I saw the wings on Gwendolyn Christie's back, and I thought, no, then that isn't looking good. It isn't going to make me not want to watch the series. It isn't. But it just goes back to Gaiman and his kind of tackling things head on. Oh my God, no, this could always be that, and we always saw the devil angel. Yeah, we did. So why make Death black then? And the devil isn't androgynous. She just looks like a big woman. Androgyny is indeterminate. Desire, now maybe in their performance, that's what we will get. And do you know what? That'd be great. Like, bring it. Like, I'm not that whatever ist is, I'm really not that. And these stories, lob it all in, mate. Lob it all in. Bring it on. But ridiculous. Like I say, I'm not going to allow them to anger me. And it might be a great story, and Death might not be in it a lot. And because I think it's because I like that character more than I did Sandman, really. Well, I'm not a big Gaiman fan. But yeah, just that disappointment. If anyone agrees or completely disagrees, bring it, because that's what I like doing. Well, that's what I would like to do. I know a couple of you have been starting commenting now, which I really, really love, and I really do want more of it. Until I get a million, when I get a million views, I can't answer all my fan mail. But up until then, I do enjoy a little bit of correspondence. Now we haven't got to buy stamps and wait 2 days to get the letter. I'm loving the web to net. So I think that's about it. And hopefully, I think the series will be good. And like I say, hopefully I'll get over it, guys, maybe. And should I? I don't know. Anyway, adios.